Welcome to Everyday Emotional Vocabulary, where each week we take a word or a phrase for something that we all experience, but don't always have the language for, and peel back a layer on it. And this week's word is discernment, the ability to become available to insight, perception, or change that's needed for the next aligned move. And that's a little bit different from simply knowing what to do because sometimes the problem isn't that the answer is missing. It's that we might not yet be able to recognize it. We usually think of discernment as choosing wisely, as a choice between should I do this or that? Should I stay or should I go? Is the answer yes or is it no? We see it as a wise choice between two things. And sometimes, sure, that's exactly what it is. But there are other times when we've overthought something and more thinking isn't going to make it any clearer. We may have made that whole list of pros and cons or talked through with several people, or we've replayed the conversation 11 times in our head. And still, nothing came from focusing on just what to do. And from an unforced edge perspective, discernment asks us to put forth a different set of questions rather than just asking, what should I do? We can begin asking, what am I not noticing? What assumptions may be shaping what I see? What signal is here that I've been overriding? And what may need to update in me before the next move becomes clear? And that changes discernment from a quest to find the right answer to a journey in becoming more available to reality. Because sometimes the information that you need isn't another fact. We might need to just see the situation differently or recognize that something that worked before no longer fits. And we can see that too when we may need to notice that our urgency is what infects our interpretation. And this happens often in life. You have the right strategy, but it might be the wrong timing. Same situation, different implications. Discernment is what allows the distinction to come up, and some of that information may register before you can explain it, as a hesitation, a tensing, a sense of settling when one option comes forward, or a detail that keeps capturing your attention even though you've decided that it shouldn't matter. It keeps coming around for you to look at it. The Unforced Edge calls that signal. Information that registers before you have constructed the full story around it. And discernment doesn't mean blindly following every sensation or reaction. We know that's the basis of drama. Discernment means being curious enough not to override the information before you know what it is. So you can pause long enough to perceive and allow what you perceive to update your position. And then you can proceed from there. That's why discernment and certainty aren't quite the same thing. Certainty says, I know, and discernment says,